Alright guys, it's Kieran from RedDevilWeekly and yeah, excuse me, I know what you're thinking. I've actually got a preview. I'm actually doing a preview for a game. That makes a massive change, doesn't it? It makes a change. But yeah, I'm doing a preview for the game, of course. United take on Aston Villa. 4 o'clock kickoff, not on English TV, although you can probably, find a stream to watch it. I'm not advocating illegal streaming, but you know what to do. But anyway, our league form hasn't been the best. Obviously, we come into this game off the back of one draw and one defeat, two disappointing results, to say the least. Sheffield United drawing 3-3 was a sucker punch. It really was. It really was a sucker punch. Hard one to digest. But we go again, and obviously then the kind of between fifth and 15th in the table is there's only 3 or 4 points in it, so it's still very very tight, and one win could do us the world of good, especially after Chelsea and Spurs both losing this week. No, actually, what am I saying? Spurs won. Chelsea lost their game. Man City also dropped points. So again, it would be massive for us if we could get the 3 points, and really we should be expecting 3 points out of this game. No disrespect to Aston Villa, but they're not the greatest of opponents. Their form going into this game is actually better than ours. They've come into this off the back of a win, um, and we don't. So, obviously there's that aspect to it. But I think at home to Aston Villa, we should get the job done, and I expect we do. We will get the job done, I should say. Of course, we're heading into a very, very important week. Obviously, got Spurs and Man City within the next 7 days, so it's going to be very, very interesting indeed to watch that play out. But thinking about this game, I think we will win the game. I think obviously we don't have McTominay. The squad's been announced. We don't have McTominay, which is a blow because I think he's actually one of the most underrated players in our team. Um, we don't have McTominay. Pogba's not fit. People reports suggesting Pogba's going to be fit for the Spurs game, which will always be a big boost as well. Um, but yeah, our midfield is going to be light. I think midfield is going to be something that Aston Villa are going to have to exploit, like Sheffield United did, if they are going to get 3 points out of us, or at least get a good result at Old Trafford. Because Fred and Pereira in midfield weren't brilliant, to say the least. Let's be honest. They weren't brilliant in that midfield. There wasn't really a midfield. You couldn't really call it a midfield, could you? So, I think on their day they can be alright, and they have been alright this season overall. But I think they need someone, a bit of quality, a bit of stability alongside the two of them, like a McTominay, like a Pogba, to kind of get the best out of them. And obviously that hasn't really happened due to injuries and things like that, which is unfortunate. It has to be said. But I think that'll be our major weakness. Obviously, we have the positive. Obviously, Marcus Rashford is on absolutely hot form, probably some of the best form we've seen in his career. Anthony Martial hasn't been on the best form, but it would just be a brilliant game for him to get back into form. But the front three has actually been performing well, even though he didn't perform too well against Sheffield United. The front three actually um, managed to combine for the third goal at least, but they combined really well in that 7 minute period. So all we need is for them to combine a bit better throughout the game instead of just in short spells. But if they're scoring goals, then I'm not complaining. So my prediction for the game, I reckon it's going to be a 2-0 United victory. I don't think it's going to be a very entertaining game. I think Villa are going to set up with a low block. I think they're going to know the quality and the potential for the counter attack as well. It'll be interesting to see how they defend against that. But of course, Villa, they've got some decent players who can turn up on their day. McGinn's a really, really decent player. Trezeguet seems to be in good form for them as well. So there's a few players to look out for in terms of Villa. But I do think we're going to get the win. I think it'll be a 2-0 victory, and that will help us in our push for top four, which is looking very unlikely at the moment, to be fair. But we just have to keep grinding out the results. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.